now.
Hey guys, it's John.
And Kimmy.
Welcome back to Danganronpa V3, the second half of the third class trial, part 23.
Oh my.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz.
Yeah! A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz?
The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn-out, boring crap.
Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
It is okay. I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me!
Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's the right answer, Monodum.
Why? He hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yup, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of posthumous popularity.
Daddy! Oh, Daddy! You don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details.
all right.
Dying makes you more popular, then we gotta die soon too. Let's resume.
Resume.
Class trial resume.
Ooh, this is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Oh no.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
They're ignoring Monodum.
Poor Monodum.
Well, he did kill two of the Monocubs.
That's true. He has been kind
You know
of
what else is scary?
traumatizing them.
Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
Scary,
That
delicious.
doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Well, stop killing them.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Anyway,
The Monocubs subplot is really weird.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
I was
Well,
hoping he'd
Donkey
come
Lips,
closer.
Did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening? No, I'm not listening.
what?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
All right, Kaito, time to make a speech.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial! Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, it's not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up. For the sake of everyone who died. I feel rejuvenated. How about you?
I do too. I'm very excited. It better not be Himiko. I don't think it is.
Seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
It was.
Someone steered her into picking that room.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
She's a savage
Was
little
trap
toad.
only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Ooh.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
I think we can
Your
lie here,
opinions
but
are
I'm not
empty
gonna pick it. Because I want to go with Bloody Kokichi.
Me too.
If the culprit's plan were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what would that tell us?
Performing the seance in that room was
Of the 3 empty rooms. Why did you select the middle room? Because you laid your trap there.
Okay, let's see.
She's a
Was
savage little
trap
toad.
only in that room?
There it goes.
Other rooms may be trapped.
Yeah!
I agree.
V agree.
Very agree.
Just like
Vivaciously agree.
Gonta said, each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
Will he though?
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
There's no crosspiece supporting the floorboard.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Kyo.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Survive with me and everyone else.
Keep that chin up, baby.
Please.
She was so serious.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory.
Boom.
Gonna guilt her, huh?
We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
Oh. Not gonna show Angie or Tenko, huh?
This trial,
Oh, there she is.
it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
Right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Oh, I want a Gonta.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore. I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive!
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Yes, it's obvious, Kibo. It's fucking
Is that
not what
so?
you meant.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
All right, Himiko. Maybe I liked you better when you were depressed.
Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason.
What is it, Shoichi?
Whoa.
What is it? This effigy's hung upside down.
Oh. Let's see. It's the magic circle, right?
Because there's... Yeah.
Because you weren't supposed to disrupt the magic circle.
Right. But how would you not step through it in the other rooms where there was no magic circle?
I don't know.
It's gotta be that one.
It's gotta be, right? Oh, it's this one.
This is it!
Yeah. Good job, Shwady.
I'm very
It's
smart.
because of the magic
You
circle at the
are.
scene of the crime.
Kyo. Looking more and more
Before we began
suspicious.
the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit, there's no doubt in my mind, they're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive.
What was the motive, though? I don't understand why Kyo would want to kill her.
Yeah, I don't know either. So we're selecting Kyo, right?
Yeah.
It has to be you,
Dis-eyed!
Tech-eyed.
Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on the exact floorboard, even in the darkness. But how? How'd they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I could move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see it all. They used...
Touch. A sixth sense.
That's it!
They used their sixth sense.
The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
The salt?
Were there any other markers
He
within
did have
range?
it memorized.
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the floorboard was. It must have been the scene. I know it. Oh no, mind to mind? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Oh, what?
Table salts.
I think I know what it is.
Magic salts.
Magic salts.
Magic beans.
I wish it didn't always expand from the center. I wish it just expanded wherever you had your cursor.
Oh, magic circle. I was like, magic.
Oh, did you really not know?
No.
Okay, here we go. Magic circle.
Well, because I was thinking salt.
I thought you were joking.
So like magic circle.
That's it. The magic
Citrus.
circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
That's pretty. That's a stretch to
So
me.
Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
But you had a line.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
Way to go, Himiko.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
Not anymore.
That's why it
the
was
magic
destroyed.
circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Well, they walked all over it. I see. Another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Yes.
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Such a troll.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Stop.
Oh, I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I
Spit
had
it out.
you add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
I hope he prints out
Ready?
all his memories. Yeah!
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
A printer?
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Can you make copies?
Got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? Come on. Oh, don't quiz me on it. Oh my god.
There!
Got it.
I got
This
it!
helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie?
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find a floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
Way to go, girl.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds. Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
She's into some weird shit. Oh.
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so...
I should let you hang in, though. That would have been funnier.
See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
Where's, what's his face from last game?
Oh, Nekomaru?
Just take a massive
I gotta take a shit!
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Ooh.
But this is for Tenko. This isn't
Since
for
you've
Angie,
given
and
me
we
the
have to find
option, I will
Angie.
most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant?
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
I like this music.
Yeah, I do too. I like the little flute that comes in. It's
If you are
actually not
going
a
to
flute.
claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words! The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
But the sickle couldn't
You could have secretly placed the
fit.
sickle when you draped the cloth.
Whatever.
I think it's a lot smaller than we think it is.
Okay. So the
And
blade could
retrieved
fit
it
through the
afterward
holes.
when you removed the cloth.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at it right there, and it's like
There's no way.
the blade couldn't have fit through the holes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you guys suspend a little disbelief.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, you look at it right here, and it's like nothing could fit through those holes.
Yeah.
And like, where did
It'd
he
have to be
carry
like
it?
While everyone was
blade this
distracted,
thin.
you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't
So
understand?
He knew. He's sick.
I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Uh-huh. So he said only Angie's killer counts as the black ends.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie.
Did he
For
know
us,
that?
Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
Did he know that before he killed Tenko?
I don't see how he could have, because Monokuma's extra rule came after
That's what I thought.
when they asked.
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
So I guess he didn't know.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit. Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this...
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
What?
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
It's the split debate.
What were you waiting for?
Oh, right.
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I had to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Wait.
I love these animations. Out of control!
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Oh.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
Well, I didn't know what it was.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
He
got
forced
one
his
wrong.
way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
When we aren't consistent, our position looks weak. We have to work together. If we vote now, we'll never know the truth. We have to defend that point.
Kyo killed
Okay.
Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
There we go.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Oh, wait.
You can do it, 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 you can do it. Yeah.
This is our answer.
You did it. Oh, we had an all-boy team.
We did have an all-boy team. I guess an all-girl team, I
Before
think.
we've completely
'cause
solved
Gonta-
Angie's murder.
Oh, yeah.
And Kaito,
And
right?
there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
No, Kaito was defending him,
Okay.
I think.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene.
Is it dry blood?
Yeah, so dry blood under the floor?
This is driving me absolutely insane.
This is it!
That's what this was saying.
Oh, okay.
Because she bashed
The
her
blood
forehead.
stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Stomped? Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
That's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because...
It happened before the seance.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
I wonder if he worked with
Before the
Angie.
seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. The bloodstain from before the seance.
It was
It has to be
Angie.
them. Angie?
That's it!
Which you already knew.
That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
Because she might have gone there.
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or...
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
She wanted a candle.
Keep herself
Eh?
awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
What? Typical
That sounds
Mew.
like something only you would do, Mew.
What did Kokichi see? Something Angie did. There has to be a clue there.
The art research lab
I think she wanted a candle.
is not where Angie was killed.
Necronomicon?
She was killed in the empty room
She has to
instead.
burn it.
Ah.
She left her lab
Oh, she has
on
to
her
burn the
own?
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
But why would she go into an empty room?
Yeah.
There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it!
I agree. That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
Girlfriend.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual.
I like that
According
he's
to
like,
the
oh,
Necronomicon,
no.
to resurrect the dead.
Burn this Necronomicon to ashes.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
He jumped on the floorboard.
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
True.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that is fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
Yeah.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that.
It's her head wound.
Right. Forehead injury.
And the
oh, bloody duct tape.
too.
Bloody duct tape? Ow.
That's gonna be the head wound, yeah.
They think I'm a fraud. I promise they don't think that, Shuichi. Considering how much help you are during trials.
Yeah.
Forehead injury?
Yeah.
This is it!
Yeah.
Got it!
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down. Sweet Korekio, calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What is happening?
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
God, he really got upset by Kaito saying all was clear. That really got him good.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first. And then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains.
It's gotta be the duct tape.
That's why I thought I had it on duct tape, did I not?
I don't know. I didn't see.
You're just bending the facts to make me suspicious! What kind of detective are you?
Oh no!
I made a mistake.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later.
There'd
has
still
to be
be
the
traces
duct
of
tape.
evidence left behind, but there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
There we go.
I'll cut through your words. There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Sure.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Kaito. No, I'm kidding.
Kaito!
Kaito.
What? Come on,
Maki.
Shuichi! You're my soul, bro!
All right, Kyo.
It has to be you.
Deck-eyed.
Deck-eyed.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
I'm a little upset it's not two people.
I know.
It's true.
So that'd be interesting to
Well,
have a
that was
killer
obvious.
hanging out.
Such a boring, obvious answer.
I'll talk about it later.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Angie.
The murder was an accident. Yeah, it was Angie. Duh. Tenko was obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tango wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tinko.
He only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless.
He just wanted to see if it would work, I bet.
If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What is... What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Huh.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence? There's no evidence that he killed Angie!
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
He's breaking.
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him. Oh, God.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have... Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate... I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth.
Wait.
Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
What?
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you...
That looks so hard.
You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Remove floorboard.
It ends here!
There we go.
Good job.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Where would it have splattered?
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Can we just take a moment to applaud Todd Habercorn for his Correcchio voice?
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Great. He also did Teru Teru in Danganronpa 2, of course.
He has an
He also did a great
incredible
job.
range. Yeah. He's phenomenal.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
All right, Neil.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
Hold on. So I just realized that the paintbrushes on what's her face's Angie's skirt, I thought they were bone for a long time, and I was just like, why is she wearing bone? Because I just never saw them clearly.
I know. Yeah.
I was like, that's so weird. She's not like tribal, you know?
Yeah, like she has a bone xylophone or something.
Yeah. And I don't mean that like derogatory. It was just very like.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so out of place. And then with that shot, I was like, oh my god, they're paintbrushes.
Can we move on now? Thanks.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Closing argument?
Ichi, please, put an end to this.
Yeah.
For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Uh-oh. Power's getting to his head.
Yeah.
Start.
All right. Who's the culprit with the saw in the empty room?
It was Angie.
Let's see.
Sickle, removed, path, small stone, same.
Okay. I don't think we have one for this. This one's 13.
So this is the floorboard, and we have that.
Yeah. Is it
removed floorboard?
Removed floorboard. Okay.
Boom.
So we got that one.
It bothers me so much that red indicates correct.
Yeah, I know.
It's so backwards. Okay, next one. Duct tape.
Compressing the, yeah.
We have that.
Maybe we should thank Kyo for killing Angie.
Right.
What weapon killed Angie?
The katana.
So. Okay. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? That's not on here.
We don't have
We've got
that yet.
Hit the sliding lock, small stone, path made with salt, sickle placed to kill.
So everything's later.
Yeah. The handle of the spinning katana, that's this.
Yeah.
The sliding lock. Oh, oops.
Mic sound.
Okay, so who unlocked the door? What object did Tenko rest her forehead on?
The rock.
Small stone. What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage? Sickle. And then, let's see. Yeah, path made with salt.
Cool.
Okay, let's go all the way back to the beginning. So this is Kyo, obviously. Footsteps. Cut crosspiece under the floor. Oh, that must be this one then.
Who was the culprit with the saw? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he was doing.
Starts it. Okay.
Let's see. The next one is whose effigy? Saw part on floorboard. Shuichi extinguishes flame. Kokichi's lockpicking. Must be this one. Stab Kaede's effigy.
Poor Kaede.
I know.
She just has
of course
a rough
it happens
time.
to her.
Yeah.
Who unlocked the door? That was Kokichi.
Oh, this is so much easier than the ones in the past.
I know, right?
So much easier.
Who besides Kokichi? Like, I think this was an improvement in V3 because like it's fun putting together the comic book, but sometimes it's like, what the fuck do they want?
It could take like 10, 20 minutes to do before.
It's like, even if you know exactly what happened, it's like, sometimes it's a little vague.
Yeah.
Stomp hard.
Yeah. Well, and by this point, in the game, like, you're ready to be done.
This is the truth of the case.
Because they explain it in such detail, there's no way.
Let's look back at the first
You just want to see it acted out.
Yeah, you're like
you don't
you're
want to
wrapping
have
up.
to put it together. It's like, I know what fucking happened, you know?
Because we just put it
They've
together.
pounded it into my brain.
Yeah.
It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned.
I do love
To
these
use the
little comic
floorboard
books.
as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations
I
for
like this
all
song.
3 empty
Yeah,
rooms.
it's a great song.
This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse.
It is interesting that
They
the
were
saw was
planning
never
to cut
used
the
as a weapon.
crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head.
Or feathers. That was the other thing I thought was on her skirt.
That was lucky.
The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
It's always a key piece of evidence.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her.
Brutal.
Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned.
See, like, even though it's so carefully planned, it's like, it's kind of a miracle this went off without a hitch.
Yeah, this one's a stretch.
Yeah.
At best.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle.
How do you not? Oh, because he put it... Okay, never mind.
The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness.
This one goes on forever, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle...
It's like we're clapping backwards.
Huh?
It's like we're
They found
clapping
the floorboard
backwards.
that had its
Inverted.
crosspiece cut off the night before.
Okay, we need to stop.
Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard.
Stomp!
The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage.
You think she would have made
She was
some
killed
sort of
right
noise.
before our eyes, and we didn't even see it.
Got her brain stem.
Ugh, I hope it was
After
instant.
committing the crime, the
But
culprit
we lied
followed the
and said it
salt
wasn't.
back to their
It couldn't
corner.
have been. Didn't we lie and say it was instant? but it couldn't be.
Well, we didn't know if it was, but...
we just said we thought it
Finished
was.
the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Kyo.
We'll talk all
That's
about
where my
this case at
detective
the
work
end.
leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio, there are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit?
Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already! Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off,
It's voting time!
Uh-oh.
Who did it? I think it was Kaito.
Kaito! I just want him to kill people, apparently. I voted for him this time and last time.
Yeah, apparently.
He just keeps doing things that make it look like it.
He does look suspicious sometimes. Sorry, Monokuma, I cut you off.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened?
They already got
The
chosen.
right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I never understood why he says this after they show the votes.
It's really just that last sentence that makes sense after the vote.
Yeah.
And it should be, did they? It
Yeah,
should be
did
past
they?
tense. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was saying Angie. It's like, no.
You know, I miss at 2 afterwards when it had the Monokuma go like,
Yeah.
that was really cool.
It was cool.
Oh, I only
another
got one back route.
I'm glad that these are not noise cancellation in that regard.
Perfect.
You're so close.
I only got one back route though. I think there was another one I could have lied on, but I chose not to.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh well.
Here we go.
Seriously? You're correct again!
Absolutely right!
Amazing! This is the third correct verdict in a row!
All right!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round.
How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over.
No, not yet. Not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey, did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
I
never said I was scared.
I never said I was scared. I never said I was scared.
Gomer Pyle.
The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What? So it had nothing to do with the motive?
Eh? Then why?
Yes.
For the one I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for.
It's yourself, isn't it?
I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love.
Look at that
no matter
ass.
What anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky.
So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me. That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not his lover!
Yeah.
Calm down. No one would want a disgusting shit stuff bitch like you anyway.
Curse Sploosh!
She said curse blue.
She did! That's why I can't handle it. What?
Hey!
Kyo! Who is it? Who's this person you love?
Hey. Is it really one of us?
When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see.
I mean inside me.
Look at Cookie.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me. My dearest sister.
Huh?
Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not his sister!
Fuck up, Mew.
Right?
Well, duh. If you were a sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait, your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover.
I think at this point we should just leave it alone.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply.
No physical connection.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared. Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister
was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear, deceased sister.
Huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister!
For sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends.
Kaito is losing his shit right now.
They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
Yes.
Yes, Korekio. I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
What? Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is?
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
The sister voice you do scares me more than any other voice you've ever done in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. It makes me really unsettled.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it's because it's this scenario.
I'll have to remember it for Valentine's Day. Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional.
What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well, you know.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here.
What was that?
What?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Huh?
Only girls? I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium.
That's why he said it should be a girl.
Yeah. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mew, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sisters' friends.
Yeah? All worthy?
Why, you?
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then the second victim could have been me? Tenko died in place of me?
seemed that way. Yeah, because she said she would take Himiko's place.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh?
Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But
how did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people.
Can this be?
Yes, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Well,
though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way!
What? You did all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive.
Well, no.
You were interested in the caged child, just so you could use it to kill someone. Right.
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course. But more than that...
For my beloved sister!
I wanted to kill for sister! I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now.
Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However...
But Angie walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
What is that? You're talking like you killed her just because you could.
No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correcchio.
You're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Correcchio's crime.
I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister.
But how?
That's wrong! That's so wrong!
Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Correcchio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already. What was that? I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair.
Yeah. And another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this...
Shut up! Knock off that bullshit! Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
We're sick fucks.
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then...
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correcchio.
It's all right, sweet Correcchio. Come to see me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! It's punishment time!
Huh? Punishment time?
Sister.
My beloved sister. At long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes. From now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
What? Wait! I can't accept this!
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological point of view.
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites?
So gross.
Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
What?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate anthropologist, Correcchio Shinguchi!
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't just be me and Correcchio. All those who died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is beautiful.
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh my god. I was not expecting this strange ancestral ghost.
Possession?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk all about it at the end of the video.
Oh my god.
Fucked up, right? Fucked up.
What?
Hokori!
No! Monodem, why?
Like, why did Monodem run to the fire? It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about all this. I'm broken.
That might be, I think that might be like the worst execution, honestly. Like, what Correcchio did was awful, but
Yeah.
like,
I mean, he doesn't not deserve it, but
I know, but it's still brutal.
holy shit. Yeah.
How can this be?
What the? To think my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
Oh, it's so cute! that he would kill himself because he doesn't get along!
Monodam committed suicide. Had I known this would have happened, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
The other Mono Cubs drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey.
Hey, who's Monodam?
Huh? You already forgot? That's kinda scary.
Well now.
Well, looks like another class trial has wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this here in Necronomicon. Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and add them to your roster.
You?
Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right?
Who can say?
What a waste! If none of you were going to use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Which one?
Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually.
Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it just been the two of us this whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
There's only two of them now.
Yeah, it's weird to hear that.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is so stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what.
That's not something a coward like you should say.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta want to protect everyone.
But your talent is entomology. I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
Okay, I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
Huh?
That's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone.
Maki. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if your true calling is a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll's one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll?
Oh.
You guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner. Especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now.
Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain. Actually, by that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But
Just 9 of us.
Well, you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end.
Shit.
That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking. Right?
How rude!
No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know...
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
Okay.
Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Hey.
Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it onto the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her.
You all right?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey!
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh.
Gonta understand.
Oh, I love him so much.
You're so dumb.
God, Himiko is such a liar.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised with just the truth.
But
even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right? What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
nuh-uh.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko's been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back?
Oh, right. Because she only expresses being tired. That's it.
Ooh-ah!
Ooh-ah! Tanko! Angie! I am so lonely! I am so lonely without you two! But I gotta survive! I still can't go to where you are! But I'm lonely! I'm so lonely without the both of you! Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that.
Himiko.
Damn it.
Oh, we're all crying now.
Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying.
Look at those big tears.
The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through, and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. No.
Dry as a bone.
You're clear.
No emotions here.
It wouldn't have been okay if you were crying. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However...
Uh-huh.
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
He's such an asshole.
Wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
She's gonna have the
Then
worst.
go and carry Himiko to her room.
She's gonna have the worst crying hangover ever.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta isn't gentleman
Mew.
after all.
Don't make it weird, Mew.
I know. When we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just want to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh?
Ah, you sure?
Well, anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick.
Huh. You worried about me?
Yeah, worried about your stupidity.
Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But...
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. You sound like you're bragging, Kaito. Huh. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Shit. What a big old tease that title was.
Mysterious mask. Oh my. Let's go ahead and save.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about.
Oh my god. Ugh.
All right, so what are your thoughts on this chapter and this trial? I have a lot of thoughts, so but I'll wait.
I'm sure you do. Okay. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't Kaito, simply because, well, I'm excited to see that he has more to his story than what we originally thought.
I'm wearing black on black. Shut up.
We're like sitting in 2 feet worth of space. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So I thought, what the fuck happened with Kyo?
So
Holy shit. No, I get it. Like, I know what happened.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, when Kyo put his mask down and I was like, oh great, another split personality thing.
That's what I was
like,
thinking
they haven't
too.
done this before, and I was disappointed in them because I was like, they did the same thing, and I was proud of them. You know, I've always liked the Danganronpa series because it's like, you know, each case is slightly different. Like, they might do the same type of twist, but they won't do the same twist.
Right.
And I was disappointed at first, but then I
Yeah.
found out it's like, oh wait, he's possessed. I guess
Right.
that's a little different, you know.
By his sister.
Yeah.
Who was his lover.
Because I suspected that he was. I thought they were going to reverse Chihiro us. I thought that he was actually, a woman.
Oh, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like,
But I didn't
what is
see-
happening here?
Like by that point, I was like, but what twist would that have made? You know,
Right.
Like, what was in Chihiro's? It actually had to do with the case.
Right, it was very important. And here it's
Yeah.
like, this serves no purpose other than to shock, and I don't like that. That's
Yeah.
really cheap and like 90s. But I liked that he was possessed. And like,
It was cool.
What was this incest story that they had? What
Kind of weird.
fuck? But I think the biggest, because like he confessed to being a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
With
Probably the most
prolific serial killer.
I mean, has he killed more than Genocide Jack? Because I can't remember how much Genocide Jack has killed, but
It wasn't 100. Yeah. He said he almost got there, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means he was within the 80s to 90s of women. Like, holy shit. But then when he died, why was he boiled?
Cultural melting pot.
The melting pot. Okay. I completely, like, I saw that and then I just put it out of my mind. Okay. So when his ghost went up and his sister's ghost met him, was that Monodum's ghost? Or is that just Monokuma
That was
with her?
Monokuma with her.
Okay, that's what I thought. And they threw salt on him? Why did his sister's ghost throw salt on him?
That is weird.
I wonder if she did not possess him and hated him for killing all those women. And he did lose his mind. And that's why he started doing that. Started killing.
That could have been it.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like to think of it as just. I like to read not read too much into that execution, I guess, because it could. That's probably the best interpretation. It's better than like Monokuma paid her off, or
Yeah, no, because like, what could he
'Cause, yeah.
possibly do?
Right.
What could he possibly? I don't want to.
I just like
know.
to. I just like to think of it as like a style, like an artistic choice in the execution.
Well, it's such a betrayal.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
such a huge. Like, he sacrificed so much for her, so he thought, so that when he finally gets to see her and be with her again, she joins Monokuma in throwing salt on him happily.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible. Yeah.
She did not love him, and I think it's because he was killing all those women.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my!
But yeah, aside
that
from
was like a sharp left turn.
aside from all the Kyo stuff, what do you think about the chapter and the trial overall?
I liked the trial a lot. The chapter I thought moved a little slow, but I thought because like I was like, okay, the effigies hang upside down, that's cool. And then the caged child, I was like, okay, cool, we're doing a seance. I was really disappointed that there was no student resurrected, as was promised in the title of the chapter. So I think I because I was like looking for that, it felt like everything was dragging. And then like people died. And then the trial started. And I was like, wait, no, they're supposed to resurrect someone. And they never did. I was hoping that at the very end, Monokuma was going to do it when he was like, let me take the Necronomicon back. I was like, oh, he's going to do it. Rentaro's coming back. No. He did not come back.
No, he did not.
I'm a little mad. But not really. Just disappointed.
Before I get into my thoughts on the trial and the chapter, this trial is considered. This is probably the least popular trial in the entire series.
This one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say something a little controversial right now. The house trial in the second game, we've been talking about this. The trial with the stupid house in the second game, I don't understand why people like that trial. That to me was the worst trial in the entire series so far.
The Gundam one.
Yes. Which, I mean, I always forget that it's Gundam's trial. He is my favorite character. And he had the most beautiful death. It's the only one that's made me cry. God, that was Gundam's, wasn't it? I hated that one.
I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun figuring out the fun house.
I hated the fun house so much.
Well, anyway.
That's okay. We can disagree.
Yeah, we do disagree. So I'm glad we
We
can.
can and we will.
Well, whatever. Most people like that.
So why do people hate this one?
There's many reasons. One of them is that Kyo had basically committed a perfect crime when he killed Angie.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decided to kill Tenko for what a lot of people think is a weak reason. Him making friends for his dead sister. 100 friends.
I think that's
And
a psychological
he-
covering for just wanting to try it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, but like if he hadn't killed Tenko, that case would not have been solved because there was like no evidence. And they wouldn't have looked under the floorboards in the seance room. There's like nothing in Angie's room that points to him. It was the perfect crime. But instead he decided to do his precious seesaw trick. The seesaw, Korekiyo and the seesaw trick has become somewhat of a meme.
Yeah,
For a lot of Danganronpa fans.
That's a rough one.
As just like the stupidest thing. A lot of people didn't like the seesaw thing. They thought it was really convoluted too.
Yeah,
That's a popular
I can see that. Yeah,
opinion. They also, I think a lot of people also weren't a fan of him seeming to have a split personality, but then being possessed. Like that whole twist, they thought was kind of weak, and his whole backstory was kind of disappointing.
but it fits him though.
Yeah, I know. These don't reflect my thoughts.
Right.
I'm just saying what most people I've seen say about this one.
You know what I did find interesting about the possession? Sorry, real fast. Because that's been such a question in this chapter, whether or not the dead can come back, whether or not ghosts are real and spirits and all of that. So for him to say that he's possessed by his sister and they're seeing a physical representation of that, like, I love that they kind of feed that question more just by him having the story. I think that's really cool.
A lot of people also say that the killer is obvious, which I hate that criticism. I really do. A lot of people think that it's obvious it's Kyo. It's obvious. Like, as soon as Tenko dies, they're like, it's Kyo. And, like, whatever. I'm so tired of people boiling down Danganronpa to simply who and not how. Because the how is the fun part.
It's the who, the how, and the why.
The who is the shock factor, potentially. Sure. But just because, it's obvious it's Kyo. Okay, well, how the fuck did he do it? You couldn't have explained the seesaw
No.
scythe trick. I'm sorry, you couldn't. And if you say you did before they explain it in the trial, you're fucking lying.
Yeah, because it's so convoluted.
You're lying. You're not a 200 IQ galaxy brain genius. Sorry to break it to you. And not that you would be even if you did figure it out, but it's it's not, nothing like points to it. The how is very shrouded in the case, which personally for me that is a criticism that I agree with, is that the whole putting the sickle between the iron cage and under the white sheet and then making sure that it lined up perfectly with the floorboard and then stomping on it to hit her right below the... I mean,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's too complicated.
It is too much.
Yeah. But anyway.
It's a cool idea.
That's like, most people's thoughts on the trial.
I love how insane it is. Because, like, I think it's one of those ideas that's better, like, on paper than it is in implementation, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure when they had the idea, they're like, oh, this was so cool. Like, what a cool idea. But then once it happened, it's like, a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, for my opinion on the chapter and the trial, I think it went about as... I think the theme of this chapter for me is missed opportunities. I think they could have made the whole thing a lot more interesting. They picked like the least interesting route for the whole thing. Because like a lot of people have said this chapter's slow. I disagree. I think the chapter's a lot better than the trial. Because you've got like the cult forming, the cult that ultimately went nowhere. I was really looking forward to Angie leading the cult of Atua in the trial and having like, true split debate and having to argue with people that are brainwashed. I was looking forward to like where that could take the plot, but it gets stopped short.
Yeah, it
I think
does.
that's a missed opportunity that they killed her off that quickly. I think it's a missed opportunity not to have two killers. Very disappointing.
I'm sad that they didn't do that.
And they were setting it up for. They even set it up for that, which they've had in the first game. Celeste kills Hifumi kills Taka. Celeste kills Hifumi, but whatever.
Right.
One blackened, and in the second game, Mikon is the blackened, kills 2. And this one, I was expecting. It's like they just made Kyo kill 2 again. It would have been so much more interesting if there was one blackened for Angie. Kyo killed Tenko, sure. But then imagine the dynamic that would change when Kyo continues to live with them.
Especially with the serial killer.
Murdering somebody.
Yeah.
That could have
Just
been like
'cause.
a cool presence in the game that was completely denied. I think this chapter, a lot of times, like I heard that one of the reasons why Chapter 3 in Danganronpa 2 is so weak, Mikon's killing chapter, where she killed Hyoko and Ibuki. I heard that one's partially such a mess because they made the last minute decision to kill Hyoko. She was originally going to last longer in the game, and Fuyuhiko was going to die earlier. But then they decided to have Fuyuhiko live till the end, and Hyoko die in Chapter 3, so there were last minute changes that made it kind of empty.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hyoko's death does feel really tacked on there.
Yeah, it's like no reason.
So I don't know. I wonder if the same thing happened here because like Angie's death feels tacked on in this one, in my opinion. Like Tenko's death has a lot more setup. There's a lot more investigation and clues. It seems like that's the one that they wanted, and Angie's death is just kind of secondary.
Well, it feels like they drafted up what deaths they could have in the game. And they're like, okay, let's use this one for Chapter 1. Let's use this one for Chapter 2. And then they couldn't decide between those two. And they're like, you know what? They're both kind of like culty, seance-y.
Let's just do both of them.
Yeah, let's just do both. And just make it both
The
Kyo.
intern did Angie's death. Okay, so she's got bloody duct tape on her face, and that's it.
Yeah, the duct tape thing, I was like, oh, that's pretty weak.
Oh, third missed opportunity. So the first one is, what did I say the first one was?
You said the cult?
The cult. Second one, not having 2 killers. Third one, not bringing someone back in the resurrection ritual. Holy shit. At this point in the game, I was like, I was livid that we didn't know anything more about Rantaro.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
It was driving me crazy. I was like, what is his fucking talent?
Yeah.
Because like I had all these theories, and we can talk about them later, but I had all these theories. And then because it was like, why would they spend, he looks so designed, and there's so much mystery surrounding him. Why would they just kill him off right away? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Kaede, like, okay, it was her time.
Right.
Rantaro, like, there's so much more there. When are we gonna fucking? And so when I found out that they chose him for the resurrection ritual, I was like, that's it. That's why they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah.
And then they fucking didn't.
Nope, they did not.
There could have been so many cool things, like they bring someone back, but they're different.
Yeah.
They're like something's off about them.
Which is what I was hoping for personally.
Oh, it would have been so cool. Like they bring Rantaro back, but he's like slightly, creepy. Creepier than he was. Yeah. Like something's a little
like either he doesn't know how to be social anymore, like at all.
Or like it's not really him.
Right.
Well,
I like the idea that it's not really him, that it's like some evil spirit.
To like bring back like some
even have
intruder into the group.
Have it be Junko. Like possessing
like they
him.
accidentally bring back the dead Junko Enoshima.
Yeah, like she presents herself as Rantaro, but instead
oh my God.
it's her.
Oh man.
Like there's so many cool things. Or they could have even brought back a past cast member in the form of Rantaro. And you have to figure out who it is.
It's like Nagito as Rantaro.
Oh.
But
just the chaos. But yeah.
Arguably Nagito is still alive.
Oh, that's right.
No, wait. Well, it depends on interpretation of the Danganronpa 2 ending, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so 3 big missed opportunities, in my opinion, in this chapter, because it sets up to be the most interesting chapter potentially in the series, and then it falls flat on each front.
Yeah.
And that
really
to me
could have turned the whole game around.
Oh man, that to me is just such a shame, because now at the end of the chapter it's like, well,
Where are they going to go from here?
The only intrigue we have going right now is like something's wrong with Kaito.
Yes.
He's coughing up blood.
Yeah, he's like got cancer or something. Like he's dying of another method that has nothing to do with the game.
And but I will say, and this is the point of the game at the end of the third trial where I think when you asked me like, how's V3, I'd just be like,
yeah, you're like, I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about it. It's not doing it for me right now.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think from this point on to the end, it's nowhere to go but up. This is the low point.
I hope so.
Of the game for me.
I mean, honestly, like, it's either from here, it either only goes up or it crashes. Like, there's no, like, you can't plateau here. You can't.
Yeah.
It's either up or down.
It follows much the same pattern of Danganronpa 2 in terms of, like, the quality of, like, how it, like, backloads a lot of the good shit for the end.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Which I think is just Danganronpa style. Because, like, they did that in the first one, too. The first one was good and, like, had a lot of stuff throughout it. Although but, like, there was a lot of action at the end.
I think the best trial in the first game is the second one, personally, with Mondo and Chihiro and Genocide Jack.
Yeah.
I feel like that trial is, like, top 5 trials for me.
Right.
Here's my top 5 trials.
Can you tell me now?
No, I can't tell you all of them. Ugh. I can tell you one of them is Danganronpa 2 Trial 2, or Danganronpa 1 Trial 2.
Right.
Mondo and Chihiro.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is Danganronpa 2 case number 5, Nagito's Bluff, where he trolls everybody.
That was so good.
And that's near the top.
That's a good one.
Top. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely top 5. And
that's
then another one that you've seen is the first trial for this game, just for shock factor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like it as a trial as much as the other ones that I've listed, but I like that they like it's pure shock factor. I'll admit it.
It made me so mad.
What?
It made me so mad, which is why I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, I didn't fucking think they would do that.
It's one of those where it's like, okay, you got me.
Yeah. But
I have to hand it to you.
My other 2 favorite trials are yet to come, I will say.
Okay, well, that gives me hope for sure, because...
I will say, one of them is generally considered a good trial. Mm-hmm. And the other one is very, very divisive, so...
Oh, I'm excited to see that, because you and I tend to disagree a lot on Danganronpa stuff.
You may disagree with me on this trial, but... We will make an entire separate video if we have to. I have so many things to say about it.
Oh my god.
So
I'm a little nervous.
Some of you watching may know what I'm talking about.
No spoilers.
Okay, yeah. I think at this point,
just saying.
Nothing's gonna stop. Yeah. I got some things to say. When we're done with V3, I got some things to fucking say.
Okay.
Because I have an unpopular opinion. I have an unpopular opinion about V3 that I want to hash out because I think I have good reasons and there's no way I'm wrong.
Oh, no way.
There's no
way.
No. I think I'm fucking right about Danganronpa V3.
Shocker.
I'm fucking right.
Okay. Well, since we can't talk about it, this is a great conversation.
I'll talk about why it's my favorite one of the trilogy.
Okay. I'm excited to see it. Okay, so we have...
Chapter 4 coming up next in part 24.
So
not
we're
tomorrow.
halfway through.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
We're taking a break as we always do after the trial.
Okay.
So you'll see it on Tuesday?
Yes.
On Tuesday. All right, guys.
All right.
See you then. Think critically.